Good afternoon guys, and welcome to today's vlog. Today brings myself and Adventures of Paul behind us to yet another abandoned location. Paul's been here on several locations over the years, most recently back in October last year while I was in Florida. I've never been here myself. The location itself is, or was, an old pub stroke restaurant with a motel attached behind it. Back in probably around 2003. It was struggling, it was changing owners regularly, but from what I've read up anyway, and then it just become abandoned and left to its own devices. In that time people got in, done a bit of destruction, should we say, graffitied the place up, tagged it here, there and everywhere, and then I think it was 2017 an arsonist got in. Whether this has got anything that you usually find when people are trying to sell the land so they can demolish it and rebuild, regenerate, someone miraculously appears and the place gets torched. But we're here and we'll show you what is left of the Folly Inn. Come and join us. That's what the place looked like circa maybe early 2000s up to 2003. It said at the time it was changing hands. Really pretty looking place. Restaurant and bar at the front, motel at the back. I believe it had possibly 12 rooms, maybe more, all going for around £25 a night. I just don't think the place had a lot to offer in sort of things you could do, so it fell on hard times. Then of course the events itself, I think it was the summer of 2017, over 40 firefighters come here to attend the blaze, put it out, and it has been structurally very dangerous ever since. But we're here to have a look, as we always do. That certainly was not pleasant. I hate brambles. It's like nature's way of trying to keep people out. But it's quite a sturdy old iron steel even staircase, so I feel pretty safe. What it's like the other side of this door, God only knows. The old carsy down there. Surprised that's not been smashed to pieces. Yeah, I understand that, why burn? And all these mattresses just piled up, left here. The electric switches on the wall, tagged up. Certainly would not go any further higher because there is not much of a ceiling or roof. Now, does that look sketchy enough for anyone? Where you can see the wall at the end there's a grate covering a gaping hole and just a sheer drop. So we're hoping we haven't got anything similar as we make our way down this narrow corridor towards it. Some of these rooms appear to be as if they were ensuite. If anyone can ever remember staying here back in the day, let us know what it was actually like. It looks pretty spacious, to be honest with you. You see the fire really took hold. Whether it was one fire or whether it was two, because the pub at the front, which we will go in after we finish at the motel area where we are now, was totally destroyed as well. That's like a blackened mess, but we will go through there. It's just one of them obvious things that you start here out of the public site and then make your way down to the front because that is in full public view. But by then our vlog is near its end and we're happily done. Just think of that, guys. That bed has been like that since probably the morning after the last person left, and the maid come along and tucked it in, and no one's been on it since. Or if they have, more fool them. Cobwebs everywhere. I said, nice air conditioning system above, aka no roof. That would have been like a little ensuite, had a sink in it, makeup area. I just find these really cool. It's pretty squelchy underfoot right now. That is some really obscure old wallpaper. I dare say it was just another cupboard back in the day. Again, tagged up. The question is, was it tagged before or after it was burnt? Taking it very, very gingerly, guys. You see that grate coming into view right now, and there's just a sheer drop beneath it. But look at that. What a state. You've got to be very, very careful where you tread. But I just love it where nature starts to take a hold again. The old plant life grows back, reclaims what was once its, and all this will eventually be knocked down. There is like the typical yellow and blue signage at the front now. When that goes up, you know the place hasn't got many more weeks, months, even days left. So I thought, well, we'd best go and do it now. If you're watching this, Ellen, I hope you are well. Certainly going to miss our days, afternoons out together on a Wednesday, but obviously, you know, I had to do the right thing. There is no place in this world for a bullying culture that we've had to put up with, and I certainly wish you all the best, and I will bump into you at some point. Right, I would imagine this is one of the two main spots where the fire really took hold. If you look there, which I'm not going to go any further in that direction, there is no floor. It's just straight down, and the scorch is pretty intense around this area. That is your area I was talking about with the mesh covering the drop, which is straight down. I dare say there are people up here that will jump up and down on it and see what it will do, and I will probably make my way up the rickety old staircase, which is the other side of that, and get a different view. That itself is the restaurant and the pub, or what remains, and that's where we'll end the vlog when we have a look through there. I don't know if it's got much of a cellar, but it looks very sketchy, doesn't it, guys? Right, we will make our way back downstairs. I'd actually turn around and say this place is a little bit more sketchier than what we faced last week with the old pub that became a house in Millbrook at the train station. This would have been probably an old fire escape back in the day. No way into this room from this side, strangely enough. Not that there's a lot in there to see. No, there is a bit of a laminate floor. It's strange as you enter one of these rooms on the lower floor. Apart from the windows all smashed up and being able to see the foliage and a bit of moss here and there, it's not overly that bad. You can see obviously people more recently have been in here. That hasn't been here for the length of time. That would have come in handy back in the day. So there won't be any power. Again, little ensuite. Having a shower in there. I would have said the place was pretty cosy. We've certainly seen better days. A few interesting finds and old yellow pages, but doesn't really give a specific year, which would help. But then there is land registry, information, details, etc., and this goes back to 2009. Has this got anything to do with this at all? Might just have been dumped here. Old Microsoft PC there. And whether this is just someone who's come along at a later date and done a bit of fly tipping. More than likely, to be honest with you. Room number 3. Again, this side of it, not altogether too bad. Still got net curtain at the window. Wow. Not much point trying to climb through all that. It's just a complete mess. And pretty much the same for this room. Look at that, it's even still got the old coat hangers hanging up. Bit of mould. Bit of plaster to sort that out. And got the old greenery effects right there. The shrubbery's coming through the window. Really cool. So that is the motel area. On the front here you have the remains of the restaurant stroke pub. I can murder a pint right now. So you can see by the vehicles going past, we are right on the main road now. But we're here to do a job and we'll persevere and continue. I have seen pictures from back in the day and over yonder there at the back of what would have been a large car parking area. There was once sitting a long stretch pink limo that got smashed to pieces, sprayed up, burnt out, and I dare say someone probably come along and weighed it in for scrap. Paul's already in there, probably getting himself a pint if he had half a chance. This is what remains of the tail end of the motel side of it. That would have been some sort of garage. Wow, that looks pretty ornate, whatever that was. I'm actually going to turn around and say that might have been the original check-in desk for the motel. Yeah, the fire really took hold right here, guys, at the back. The beams all bent, burnt to shreds. So we'll go back in through that way, enter where the bar and the restaurant was. I'm just going to nip around the side here, see if I can get up what was once a staircase to where that sketchy little drop is. This part right here, you would turn around and say was probably where the original fire started. It is so heavily scorched. There's even still a bar stool left over there. Tubs, old beer keg. And this is what is left of the floor above. And we was walking along the walkway adjacent to the side just a short time ago. This would have been, guys, the original way up, the original staircase. It is pretty sketchy and pretty slippery, so how far I'm going to get up, you know what, I'm not going to take it any further than that. It's more to do with the fact that this masonry is just one column of bricks. One small judder in the wrong direction and the whole lot will come down. So there just is no point to it. But that joins on with where that mesh is round the corner up the top there. Right, into what was once the bar stroke restaurant. Look at that beam, the pressure on that. That would have been, I guess, no, I was sort of thinking, would it have been an ornate fireplace, but it looks more like just a window. But the place is trashed. I dare say that bike's got nothing to do with the original owners, the pub itself. Look at the beams all the way burnt through to the floor. There's your fireplace. Wow, it looked a lovely place. Back in the day, I bet it was spectacular. Another fireplace right there. You would have had hanging baskets on the outside of the walls here. Dare say that was one of the divider doors. But yeah, just look at this. Does that tell you that there was a basement down here below us? I don't know, we'll make our way through there and see. That looks like pretty good condition outside. You see the way that the traditional pubs were. The wood dado rail at the bottom, and then plasterboard, wallpaper above. I have already stuck my foot down a sinkhole just to the side there. You see where my foot went down. It's not very deep. This would have been either the gents or the ladies, I'm pretty sure of that much. And just more general toilet space at the back here. But altogether, a pretty good explore. I'm quite chuffed with this one. Dare say this might have been the kitchen area. To be honest with you, I haven't really got a clue. It's so burnt and unrecognisable, it could have been anything. And with that, guys, our explore here is done. Anyway guys, thank you so much for joining us, myself and Adventures of Paul, who is loitering somewhere over the back there, God only knows where. Thank you so much. We've really enjoyed this explore. It's near a place called Adstock. You might as well come now. They've got signs up saying it's going to be demolished soon by the looks of it. A housing estate is probably going to go here. So with that, we will go on, go and grab ourselves a coffee, talk about what we've just done. It's been brilliant, it really has. Thank you so much for enjoying, or hopefully enjoying, what we've done, what we've brought to you. We try to be as safe as possible. We will see you in the movies. Bye for now.